Hello, people. Now, last time I promised you a segment on restoring your door hardware, and here it is. Now, this apartment came with some really charming Art Deco door hardware. And you can see this one I've done a little bit of restoration work on already. I have scraped the paint off of it and given it a good polish with some steel wool, which I'm going to show you how to do. Now, I could, if I wanted to, send it out to be replated. But, you know, I kind of like the patina that this has, so I think I'm going to leave it as it is. Now, this is pretty much what it looked like when I started. Kind of grunkly, isn't it? Not too pretty, but we're going to show you how to fix that up. So now the first thing that you're going to do once you've removed the door hardware from the door is we're going to take everything that came with that door hardware and we're going to put it in a nice little plastic bag because we don't want to lose anything. These are all the screws that will reattach the door hardware to the door. And the next thing that you're going to do is you can take a little screwdriver and you can just scrape away at the hardware, removing the paint. And it comes off pretty easily. And you know, that's because of the body oils that are on the hardware because it's been used so frequently. And scrape away, scrape away. Once we've gotten all of the paint scraped off, we're going to take a little steel wool and a good polish with some steel wool should bring up, if not a bright shine, at least a nice aged patina. We like a patina, don't we? Won't that be nice? All right. Now, the same thing applies for the doorknobs. As you can see, this doorknob has been cleaned up. This is kind of what the doorknobs look like. This doorknob is made up of several different pieces, and the parts get loose, and so you cannot use the doorknob until you have tightened up the parts. Now, I'm just going to give this a little bit of a tightening with my trusty screwdriver. And you see that makes it work fine. Now we're going to go into this groove and get out some of that paint that got left in there. And this old black paint. The doorknobs used to be painted black. And I haven't quite decided whether I'm going to paint them again or whether I'm just going to leave them the metal color. I'm leaning toward painting them, but I'm not entirely sure what color I'm going to paint them. Now, the next thing I'd like to talk to you about is restoring an old lock set. And lock sets are peculiar. They're all different shapes and sizes. So the key will be, if you have broken pieces, to find another lock set that matches. And if you live in an apartment building, you can talk to your super about that. Otherwise, you can check salvage companies. The latch on this was not working. So what I did was I found another lock set that was similar to it. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to open this up and see what oh, good gracious, look at this. Yes, well, you can see now why this lock set is broken. It is in, yes, 1, 2, 3, and there's a piece missing. Yes, well, that's why it's not working. So there's nothing really to do with this, but just throw it away. And we need to open up our other latch set, which, as we can see, has a working latch. And what we're going to do is we're going to take the latch out of here simply by pulling the spring back. And this is what the latch should look like. So you can see the difference. Quite a bit of difference here. Many pieces. And here it is. That's what we need. So we're going to simply insert this into our old lock. And there it is. Now, in order to make that work, we need to take this part, which is what draws it back with the doorknob, and put that in place. And then we put our lid back on. Now, this needs to be drawn into shape. And there it is. Then we can take our screw, put that back together. It's being recalcitrant. There it is. And there we have it. And you'll see that when we put the doorknob in its place, we can now use the doorknob to open the latch. Now, as you can see, I have given this lock set a little bit of a polish with some steel wool as well to give it a nice, clean, sparkly finish. Looks so pretty in the edge of our door, won't it? And now, this does make your hands just a trifle dirty, so you're going to want to clean them up. Keep a paper towel handy. And there we have it. How to fix your lock set. Thank you for joining us. See you next time. Bye now.